dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
'Cause you burn with the brightest flame.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Chainman219, and today I'm going to be bringing you some franchise mode here on MLB The Show 16. So let's get into it here. I'm going to use the current rosters, of course, and just going through these teams. You know all these teams that we have. As an option, just looking through all these teams flashing through. Just look at their ratings and their rankings and everything. But do you know the team that I was going to be? There's the Yankees, but there's the Chicago White Sox, which is the team I want to be. We're ranked, pretty darn low. Our yearly goal is reach the postseason, and contract goal, I believe that says, is win the division series. Team budget is 122.50 million, so, or 0.5 million. Then we have AAA, which is the Charlotte Knights, and the AA, which is the Birmingham Barons. So we're going through here quickly at the beginning options. None of these are changeable throughout the season, so once that season starts, you cannot change these, and any seasons ahead of that, for that matter, you cannot change. So these are set things. These are set settings, and right here, I was contemplating on if I should have a fantasy draft. I asked a friend. I want to thank him for, helping me out with that one. And he said, you probably shouldn't do that, He said, nah. So, you know what? I'm not going to do one. And you'll see me select that here in a couple of seconds. There we go. Just flipping through here. Like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. On, off, on, off. This is where I was probably waiting for him to respond. And then he responded back, nope. So I'm like, okay, turn that off. So everything else set. I already have the force trades on and the ignore budgets on, because I don't want it. I want to be able to do some stuff with this team. But I'm going to try and keep it, realistic. It's just sometimes with the budgets in this game, they kind of get a little annoying when it comes to trying to trade people off. So, just going through some players here. Here's including Todd Frazier, former Cincinnati Red, who got traded to the White Sox in the offseason. But there's also Chris Sale, Jose Abreu. Here's Jimmy Rollins. And I've been going through here looking at the player morale, which is something new to franchise mode in MLB The Show 16, which is really cool. There's Melky Cabrera, and as you can see here, right there, region, he wants one compatriot, and that's something that many players will have. You see here, Brett Laurie, he was born in Canada, region close to home. He's in Illinois, so he doesn't mind it too much, though. It's not like he's playing for the Rangers or anything, or the Athletics. But when he was playing for the Blue Jays, I bet you guys that he was really happy then. Here's Adam LaRoche. Of course, he pretty much retired, and they still have him in the game. So now we're firing this up. We're going to be stuck with Adam LaRoche, and I'm not going to complain, because he's just amazing. There's Dan Jennings, if you all remember him. He was hit by a comebacker. You got people like J.B. Shuck. Let me think, who else? Jerry Sands right here. You have Mike Olt. As you see here, I'm going to go over to him. I'm going to see what his player morale is, some of his attributes, and what he's done throughout, a couple of seasons here. Alright, here, there's Jerry Sands. That's really cool there. just being able to see their old season stats, and also being able to have that player morale, which will boost the players, and their overall and everything. And Chris Sale, Jose Abreu, and everything, and keep on going through here. I'm just trying to make sure I don't really miss a whole lot of people. Checking back on Todd Frazier, just looking at those seasons that he had with the Cincinnati Reds, you know, uh, coming from Tom's River, New Jersey, is just so amazing. Uh, you know, so, and also he's 30 years old, so Reds got rid of him, not because of age, but just because they needed to get some of their prospects up. But it's fine, considering he's 30. And now we have Eugenio Suarez. Now I'm just looking at Jimmy Rollins' stats, back when he was with the Phillies, and here's the player morale. It's always nice looking at, players, previous season stats, because that'll give you a, kind of a thing to go off of for, that season. And if they didn't play a full season the year before, and they had, had a previous season before where they did play a full season, then you can go off of that season and kind of just be like, you know what, this may be what I can kind of expect. So that's really nice that you'll be able to do that. Here's Zach Duke, and then right here you have David Robertson. There's Daniel Webb and Felipe Almond over there. But here, there's David Robertson. I'm gonna pull up the Yankees stats. Here's all the seasons of when he was with the Yankees, and I know a lot of you Yankees fans are just gonna be staring at this, and you're just gonna be like, "I want him back now." But I know a lot of you guys have gotten over that now that you have Betanzas and Miller and Chapman in the bullpen. But right here, I'm looking for some new players just to, test things out. And right here, you can see, the talent that I have in each level. Making sure, as well, that there's no other, players that should probably be in the major leagues down in the minors. So here we go. There's Scott Carroll and Eric Johnson right here. I'm just sitting here like, who the heck are these guys? Like, they're low overalls. Not, I understand they have bright futures ahead of them, and Cliff Lee's 37 years old. But I feel like Cliff Lee may retire in a couple of years. Maybe he'll want to retire if he wins a World Series. So maybe the White Sox can finish on top. But we never know. So, as you can see here, we're going to sign Cliff Lee, going through here, trying to find a good deal. And right here, as you can see, I set it up on 9.5 mil. And then I'm like, okay, yep, that's right. I have to get rid of someone. So, I see Eric Johnson, get rid of him. And here's Scott Carroll. I got rid of him. Like, I don't even know what he's doing here at this point, because I have another player in mind, another pitcher in mind. So here we go now, Cliff Lee, and I thought about making him my ace possibly, but nah. So here we go, and here's Mark Burley. So we all remember Mark Burley from being with the White Sox. That was his good old days. Man, I'm telling you, he threw a perfect game with the White Sox, thanks to Dwayne Wise jumping up and robbing a home run, really. So back in 2009, he threw that no-hitter, or was that 2010? I believe it was 2009. And there's just that no-hitter is so amazing. I just could not believe how amazing that whole just scenario was. So here, I'm looking at first baseman. I'm looking at like Morneau, Alvarez, Ike Davis. Just looking at players who are going to be able to, if they have some things that I would like. There's like vision that's involved. As you can see here, I looked at Alberto Caspo for a slight second there. But in that slight second, I really focused in, and I saw that vision just, get really big. So, that players like that are a possibility to be on my team. You have some of those players out in left that have high vision. You have Austin Jackson; he has pretty good vision. Right here's Drew Stubbs, another former Cincinnati Red, and then here we go. You guys all know Alex Rios. He was with the White Sox. And then Marlon Byrd, he was with the Cubs. Maybe we could bring him back to Chicago, but oh well. Let's have to see what's going on in the next part, and